girls. Welcome back to The Girls Wanna Know. I am Alicia with my co-host,
Fatimah Talia.
How's it going, boo? What's up?
Girl, it was a week.
It was a week?
It'd
be a week.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a week. I cried for the whole day on Thursday and then got my period Friday, and I was like, why is being a woman so predictable? Why the fuck is it like this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you know what? We're moving through it.
You know how I got through it?
How you get
Therapeutic for me was to change my profile pic
on Instagram.
It makes me laugh because I was like, this how I feel. Like he looked like he just woke up
James
and
Brown?
that bill is late. And that
James Brown, I just feel like always looked like he was going through something, and he was.
But he feel good though.
Yeah,
so that's kind of like,
he
that
was sweating, baby. Okay.
It was either that or I was gonna pick Whitney Houston, like looking,
Sometimes though, it's as long as you can identify and relate to somebody, you feel like at least I'm not alone, right?
It's gotta be. I was like, or dude when he was drunk with the cheeseburger, like it was
who was
over
drunk
for
with
him.
a cheeseburger. Wait, who?
I forget. What was his name? He was like a really big Baywatch
star. I don't even know who we talking to.
He's a Baywatch star.
Hasselhoff.
Yeah, he had got drunk and they had filmed him eating a cheeseburger.
I don't even remember that, but I do remember him getting like a DUI or something.
And it was like he's washed.
Okay.
Like I was like, any picture
Hasselhoff.
this says like I'm done. Like
okay. That's how I be feeling. I feel like we really do be talking each other off the ledge like once a week. Like somebody's gonna have the turn. Like one of us is going to have a malfunction and the other one is going to be like, bitch, you cannot jump this week. You have to keep it together. We got shit to do. Like we take turns.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's silly though, because it's like, why is that the now?
Why do we keep having to go through ridiculous things? Yeah. I don't know. This is just.
I just want to go ride bikes.
Like we just like millennials. Simple, this is just the millennial. Actually, this is just the experience of people living in the time that we live in, I think.
Yeah,
it's just full of fuck shit, and we just out here trying to
stress out,
wade through it.
You can't. Oh, my bad.
So yeah. So what are we talking about today?
I can't lean. All right. No. We were talking about how yesterday we were talking about how as you get older, like what matters to you and what doesn't, and like how that suddenly really changes the way everything in your life moves. Like even like I was saying. How we got on the topic was I was saying when I was younger, I was able to like do multiple jobs, still have the energy to go to the gym and hang out with my friends and come up with new business plans
and
another idea and like still be amped to like
show up for the party the next night, like 3 nights in a row. You get up in the morning, you be tired as hell, you go to work, you come home, you get dressed for the party, turn up with your friends, go home drunk as hell, get up again at 6 a.m. and do it all over again. And you could sustain that kind of fuckery for like 4 or 5 nights in a row.
I used to work like that when I worked in food and beverage.
Yeah.
While trying to do comedy. But in other words, what I was saying, it's like, how do you maintain the energy to stay motivated at a high level of how we have to be in our society nowadays?
I don't think we maintain that though. I think that's the whole thing that happens with coming of age and like kind of growing up is you realize that it's not sustainable to exist in that kind of like hustle culture, go constantly, and you end up just hitting a wall.
Now like everybody got a podcast.
I'm not doing
like like literally there's like some like have you ever gotten in an Uber and the driver, he's at a pretty nice car. You're like, what is this guy? Why are you picking me up in this?
Yeah.
And you get in the back and he tells you like, oh, I'm the CEO of like the whole world. Oh. And you like, what? He's like, oh yeah, I do this on the weekends for extra money. You're like,
baby, if I get into a CEO's
what I'm saying is you kind of got to have that extra energy now in this life. But as you get older, you be like, I want to go to bed.
Right. And like, we do.
But you got to think of a new business plan. Before you go to sleep. That's what I'm getting at. In other words, like it's moving so fast that like the other day we were all like, man, we like mastered what we wanted to do for our career paths. Yes. Right? We're like, we're there, we did that. But they're like, but this new shit where you got to be constantly on social media now.
You do, yeah.
So now you like, I'm 1,000 years old.
Trying to figure out how to create a TikTok and CapCut. Yeah.
And you're like, I'm tired, bro.
Doing a fucking dance.
So it's like, how do you keep up? As you evolve and as you mature, how do you keep up with like the way it's moving? I feel like now you have to be.
Well, so I think that's what I'm saying though, is at this point in my life, the coming of age part of me, the part that is not trying to like keep up, I'm just trying to do what I can do.
Ooh.
And whatever I can do is going to have to be enough because I'm not about to exert myself and like burn out again.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's maturity.
Yes. This is coming of age. This is saying what I did in my 20s did not work for me. And I spent a lot of time extremely stressed out. And I spent a lot of time just really fighting for my life. And I just don't have the bandwidth to fight for my life right now. Like I already got to fight with my for my life. Yeah.
But people say that like when they're like breaking up with friends, they like, listen, I got too much going on already.
Yes.
I can't save us.
Yes.
It'd be so silly. But you hear that a lot. Like people start to, as you get older too, you start to be like, I am choosing who I'm around because of my anxiety or because I can't deal with her talking about this politic thing or this. Like you start being like, instead of thinking fun, like you do when you're young, you like, I just want to go because I want to have a good time.
Yeah. I don't want to miss out. You got FOMO for everything when you're older or when you're younger. When you're older, you really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
No, you know now you could just watch their story.
Exactly. And be like, I didn't want to go to this shit. No way. This
I'm glad I'm laying in my bed.
This shit looks boring. Yeah. Like,
but you do need to, like, in the entrepreneurial world though, you do have to be out and be present and get to know people. And I feel like as I get older, that's more hard. That's harder for me. Meeting people. Like I was laughing at myself the other day. I was like, not you looking for a book on how to socialize,
girl. You really gotta watch a TikTok. I saw this thing where this guy like writes down when he's going out with his friends. He writes down topics that he wants to cover while he's out with his friends. So
that's
that
kind of a good idea.
It's a great idea, especially if you have social anxiety.
I do.
Pre-planning what you're going to talk about is a wonderful way to not, because a lot of people are not comfortable with silences.
That's me.
I'm a Virgo, so we could sit in silence. We don't never got to say shit. That's my vibe, actually.
Like you remember that scene in Superbad when they were all sitting in that room and everybody got quiet and he was like, "These eyes." These eyes have never.
Baby, you me not seeing Superbad since like 2011. It's been a minute.
That's my movie.
I actually did love that movie. Shit. It's a great movie.
But that's like me. Like if it get too quiet, I might do something weird.
You gotta just break up the
what's happening?
The silence.
The ADHD.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. I will just slink into my mind and then somebody will be like, "Hello, are you with us?" "Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought we was being quiet."
That's another thing. I think as you get older too, now you start noticing the different things that make you feel a certain kind of way. Mm-hmm. And then you actually, like, some of my friends be like, "I think I have autism" type stuff.
Damn.
They be saying, they be like, and they check in and they like, "I got adult autism."
What the thing is, you really, so at this point, we have so much more access to being diagnosed. A lot of us did grow up.
Like when you young, you don't care. You like, I'm just out here.
You do.
When you get older, you like, now let me diagnose
Let me go to the doctor and have somebody actually look and figure out what's going on with me so I could like get my
now
life
you have
the way I need it to be.
So now you're like, how do I go to this job interview? Or how do I go?
But the thing is, it's the same way you've been doing everything else.
But I have a lot of friends that once they reach like in their mid-30s, late 30s, they're always like, I don't know how to make new friends. I don't like there aren't people like us that live in LA that just can go outside and it's like stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like LA is that kind of a life.
Yeah.
But I have friends that are in smaller towns and they're like, how do I get at a certain age? I'm like not really trying to meet people, but I need that to get jobs. Or I'm at a certain age where I don't know how to find somebody to date because I don't really want to go outside like that.
Yeah.
Like, so to me, I think as you get older, where do you find the motivation to keep being as motivated as you were in your youth? Because you have to nowadays.
So I think the thing
in order to be like successful, you kind of have to be.
Yeah, you got to pick a lane. So
as we getting ready to sell some teas up in here, I'm just saying, what's the solution?
You got to pick a lane though. If you are a person who struggles with like being social, but you feel like you need to network and you need to get out and meet people, you're going to have to figure out like 2 days a week. This is when I'm doing this. And then you could be a hermit for the rest of the week. But if you're trying to figure out how in your 30s to replicate what you were doing in your 20s, this is just not something I advise. Yeah. Because as you get older, your body you should be becoming more in tune with what your body and your mind need. And if your natural inclination is to kind of shift away from the things that you were doing before, that's kind of your intuition saying something about what we were doing before wasn't working. Mm-hmm. Let's figure out a new way. Let's adapt a new kind of lifestyle as we're going into this new phase that is something that could be more sustainable. because it wasn't sustainable what we were doing back then.
I think that's what I mean. Like, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, for me back then, I would, risk my rest because I'm just like, I want to know what they doing at the party.
But we can't do that because your brain will legit just be like, yeah, I'm ready to turn out all the lights. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to take a long nap. Yeah, and then you just got to be like, okay, well, fuck.
I think the idea of the schedule, that kind of helps. Like, if you tell yourself you have to go out and mingle and meet people at least once or twice a week somewhere. Because I have some friends that don't want to do that though.
Yeah, but I think
because of the needs of, for example, like as you get older, you're like, oh, I got back problems. I want to lay down. I want to be in the house by this time. That's your way out of not going to socialize.
But now. I think it's a form of discipline, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like getting maybe on some type of schedule of some sort. Because I feel like as you get older, you be like, I can't maintain. I couldn't imagine doing what I was doing in my 20s, working in 2 different restaurants, then trying to go do comedy, then still trying to audition. Like, what?
Yeah, I definitely was burning the candle at both ends. I think also as you get older,
but don't you feel like, but you reach the point of your like where you're at, like where you're trying to get to in your life through that, and then you get older and you're like, I don't want to burn out. This is it. I'm here.
Well,
I gotta find the last minute of the steam. Like,
so it's funny that you say that because I'm kind of at a point right now where I'm living the life that I dreamed about like 6 years ago. Like, I really am. We have the podcast. Like, I can food blog full time at this point, and I don't have anybody to report to, right? And the money hasn't like necessarily come in yet, but that's okay. It'll come. But I'm in this place where I'm living the life that I want to live, and I'm having to be like, I do have to push past my comfort zone a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like how do you find the?
Because you get to this point and you just tired as fuck. Because
and then you want to make yourself comfortable.
Yes,
I guess wasn't explaining. I'm like, because sometimes I'm like. Now you're like, no, I'm not going to overwork myself because you're comfortable with that.
Tired. You're tired of fighting through all the things. Yeah.
But then you'll get too comfortable and you'll be like, you know what? No, I'm going to get my rest. those people don't need me. Like I know that I do that sometimes.
I do that sometimes, but that's what I'm saying. Like the discipline of it all comes in because it's really setting a boundary for yourself of like, I'm not going to let this feeling of exhaustion that I have. And you are exhausted, right? Because we've been working since we were 16 years old. So,
I mean, if that's the case, you'd be like, you just sick of people at this point.
100%. But we've been sick of people.
Every manager sound like the same character now.
Exactly. But I think you just, the discipline comes in and it says, okay, in order for me to get to this next phase of my life, I'm going to block out these 2 days for this. If I got back pain, I'm going to block out 20 minutes in the morning so I could do my little stretches. If I have like, for me, fitness goals, I'm going to make sure that I block out 45 minutes every day so I can get a workout in. It's really about discipline at this point and saying, okay, I'm tired as fuck. But knowing my trainer, and when I say trainer, y'all be using Beachbody workouts.
What's
like
that?
Beachbody is like P90X.
I remember that.
Yeah. It's the same company, but the lady that I use is on Bar Blend, and she always says the hardest work comes at the end. Right when you trying to make a big change in your life, all of your demons are going to come out of the closet to tango. They want to hang out again. They like, bitch, we ain't seen you in a while. Let's kick it. No. And you know what? It actually sounds great because you're fucking tired. However, because you're at this pivotal moment in your life where you're kind of at your one shot, right? Because when you're kind of getting to a place where, oh, this is my time, I need to turn it on. If you're at that place, you really have to get into a mental space of, okay, I got to really lock in on my discipline, even though I want to lay down bad as hell, even though I just want to like be a hermit and not exert myself anymore.
I think having an accountability partner is important.
It's very important.
Like you got to have somebody in your life. Like I always tell my friends, you can tell somebody this all day.
Yeah.
Like if they have crazy work hours, right? Because a lot of us do.
Yeah.
And when you get to a certain age, you have a day job or a side job, you be tired. Like it ain't no gym happening. And I don't blame you. Sometimes it be like that. But you need somebody that's going to be like, no, let's just do it. Let's just push through. You need somebody that's going to go with you.
That's why I be like, we take turns pulling each other out of our funks. Because we really do. I think both of us have been at a different version of what we're trying to accomplish for so long that the exhaustion will really overtake your mental and you be ready to give up.
Yeah.
And you do need somebody who will say, okay, we can't give up right now, bitch. Keep going. They got to push you across the finish line. So
accountability partners I think are important.
Yeah.
Or have somebody that, maybe you guys both make you got to do this and before or whatever type
like
thing.
A fitness schedule, but for your life. Yeah.
But I feel like I do have a lot of friends like that lose lack of motivation as they get older because it's like they're tired. They have a lot of things in their plate. I know as you get older too, if you have kids too, you're like, I have, like one of my friends, you know, it's wild because I'm always like complaining about all the stuff I go through in my career. But I have friends with like multiple kids.
Baby, I really am. I believe like, I think once I have children, it's going to be a 2-children household because I fully feel like you need one parent per child. And then each of those children needs another adult on top of the parent who can assist with things as they come up.
I mean, she has to work her full day of work, do what all that is with her energy. But it's just not even just come home and be mom. She's always like, I got to take such and such to this practice, such and such to this choir thing.
Baby, I don't talk to my sister when she don't be like literally every single day. You on the way to practice for somebody or picking somebody up from practice or from school or buying a uniform or taking somebody to get like whatever done. Like it's just never ending. But imagine doing all
that and then thinking like I need to go back to school or I need to start working on my personal business or like that's how you have to find like how do you fit in the time in that part of your life to motivate you to be like this needs to get done even though I am crashing probably because you're gonna have to that's kind of what it is. I think the accountability partners are necessary and finding like you said a routine.
Discipline.
Like gym in the morning, you know, like it could start with just making up your bed, really.
This is true. Making your bed, there's like scientific studies about the way that people who make their bed are more effective throughout their day. And I don't really have the details right now, but you can look that up.
I think that is a thing. Someone told me that once.
People who make their bed typically have a more productive day than those, and not even productive in the sense in they're getting a bunch of shit done. Productive in the way that they're doing the things that they want to do more consistently because they started with making the bed. I don't know why that works, but it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it absolutely works. I think.
Have you noticed when you make your bed, you get more done throughout the day? If you don't make your bed, you're going to end up back in the bed.
That
could happen. That could happen.
That can absolutely
like usually when I don't make up my bed, because I'm one of those people that's kind of OCD, I'll make up my bed. If I don't make up my bed, I know that I'm coming back there.
A mid-morning nap.
I'm planning on it already. I'm already like, you know what?
I support that. A mid-morning nap, always a good idea.
2 p.m.?
Yeah.
To like 4? I don't know what's going on.
That's
how
you get your second win.
Maybe
that's how you get your second win.
2 p.m. to 4 is, I don't know what Earth be on, but the sleep be fire.
It would be real nice. I definitely think
you will call off in the middle of a 2 to 4 nap.
I feel like adults need nap time. Like they need to build that entire work schedule. Like this is one of those things from childhood that you hated and as an adult you really fucking love.
What?
A nap.
Oh, yeah.
If they built a nap into our work schedule, bitch, do you know how many people would be more productive and happier just in general? Yeah.
I think that would just
I mean, the tech offices be doing it. No, but the tech offices really do be having the whole, like y'all got like restaurants in the building. They have ping pong rooms and massage parlor. Like they got the whole lineup in the building, but it's because they want you to work 42 hours in a day.
That's what I say. That's luxury slavery right there, baby.
Luxury.
That sounds nice.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Wow.
But thinking of how we kind of change aside from like time and the way that we kind of ran ourselves into the ground, what other ways do you feel like you have come of age from your 20s to your 30s to now?
Who I hang around, child?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like now, like it's just when you've been around my block enough, now you can just tell. Like as soon as somebody come around you and you be like, I'm just never gonna see her again. Yeah. I'm not even gonna tell her. I'm not gonna alert her. I'm not gonna write a letter.
Have a conversation about it. It was so nice to meet you.
Somehow
you don't even gotta call me.
me
Thank
again.
you. Yeah. I'm definitely. I think also once you end certain relationships, you end a long relationship that you thought you were going to be in, you leave a job, it really makes you super comfortable cutting shit off. You just get very like, oh, no, and exit. Get it out of here. Like, and I don't need it.
It doesn't bother you. Like, that's so a lot of that for me. Also, like, with jobs, too. Like, when they be terrible, and it's weird. I used to be, like, real, like, help me. Now I'll be like, okay, we got to create a plan on how to, like, scam
how to
them.
exit.
I'm kidding. No, but a lot of times, too, I'm like, okay, if they overwork me, then I'm going to be like, do this or do that. Figure out ways to, like, outsmart some way to make me look better in the end. And I just feel like, I don't know. But Yeah.
I definitely am of the mindset that I am more capable and comfortable of cutting people off now, but I also am a lot more comfortable with setting boundaries.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I used to be such a people pleaser,
People
which
pleaser.
people won't really believe about me, but I was for people that I cared about, or if I was in like an uncomfortable situation, I would do what would make the other person more comfortable and then deal with myself on the back end. And the thing is, what I've learned about myself is when I make myself uncomfortable to accommodate someone else, I'm so hard on myself after the fact. Like the
How do you?
ruminations
Okay.
be just, I go over it in my mind 100,000 times, and it's extremely mentally and emotionally taxing because I
Yeah, I'm like, how
feel
do you? No,
disappointed in
okay.
myself.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
feel
Okay.
disappointed in myself, but I also feel guilty that I didn't stick up for myself in the way that I need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like a couple weeks ago, I was driving.
I understand. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I was doing Lyft, and this guy. I went downtown. I was downtown. It was like 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. Okay, so I'm downtown. I pull up to where I'm supposed to be picking this person up. They are not outside. They end up calling me. They're like, "Where are you?" I'm like, I tell them where I'm at, where I am, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm walking up behind you right now." But when they get up to the car, it's like a guy and another guy, and the one guy is holding the other guy under the elbow, like helping him walk to the car. And I'm just kind of like looking like, is this motherfucker drunk? And so he gets into the car on the passenger side in the back seat, and he scoots all the way across the seat to behind me, and his eyes are barely open.
Oh,
I'm talking
no.
about,
No.
I can't figure out what's going on with you. And so I look at his friend
You're
and I go,
going to jail now.
yeah.
No.
I was like, is he drunk? And
Nah.
his friend was like, yeah, he just really needs to get home. I was like, oh, I can't take him like this.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to ride with him like this. And he was like, man,
Thanks
he just
for
really needs to get
coming.
home. But this is the thing. For me in that moment, I'm thinking to myself, because the friend was not going, there are a couple different ways that this could go. So it could just be completely innocuous. You get in the car, I take you home, you get out, we're good. Or you could get in the car and pass out, and I can't get you out of the car when we get to
Yeah,
your
that's too
destination.
much. Nobody
You
has
get
to
in the
think.
car and
Yeah.
throw up. Yeah. Or
No.
you assault me because you're wasted. And not that men have to be wasted. They'll just do it the first time they wake up in the morning. But I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm alone with a man who is wasted.
I wouldn't even have put myself
I'm
in that
just
position in my
not
20s.
doing
I'd have
it.
been like, skirt.
Yeah, but I think
Drove off.
for me, it was just really me looking at his friend like, get this fool
What?
out my car. Like, I'm not doing this. And I felt so comfortable to be like, I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck how many times you tell me he needs to get home. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
And he finally took him out of the car. And I just thought to myself, like, I'm really proud of myself. Because you're right. I probably wouldn't have done it in my 20s, but I might have overthought it in my 20s. Like,
and
I
maybe
don't
had
know.
the thought of like, oh, if I don't take him, this will happen.
Yeah, and then
also convince yourself you should.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then also if I don't do it, I overthink it in the sense that I hope I wasn't rude, or if I'm setting a boundary for my own safety at this point, I don't give a fuck how it comes off. I don't need to be kind to people. I don't need to make you feel good.
They also didn't care if you robbed that guy.
They didn't. You don't care about your friend, sir, because
That's
you really
crazy.
try to put him drunk as hell in a car with a random person and have me take him home.
Think
I could have
about how
took
we
all
roll
his
now.
money.
That's how we do.
Baby, I could have dropped him off in the middle of the jicks and just
His friend
told
was
them to
like,
have their
he's
way.
gotta get home.
Like, take your man's home, sir.
That's crazy.
But I think for me, like, as I've gotten older, I've become a lot more comfortable setting boundaries
And
because
saying,
I understand
saying
that.
no, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't want to have
older.
to deal with myself.
No, don't even feel like no more.
critic.
You be like, I'll be saying no. Listen, I've been on
Girl.
I've been on Facebook Marketplace trying to sell stuff because I'm getting ready to move, and people be like, can I have it for a no? I'll be right back. Like, I'll be swinging no's like,
yes. And it feels great.
I send somebody home. They came right on over there and looked at it and was like, can we get it for? I was like, baby, the door's to the left.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I just think people will really try to like slide in and see what they could get away with.
You know, you just
nothing.
As you get older, yeah. But I mean, I think as far as like finding the motivation, you gotta figure out a plan. Because I feel like when I'm not on a plan, yeah, I'm gonna lay down.
Yeah.
Especially if you
I
self-employed.
feel like I've been doing that a little too
when you
much
self-employed,
recently. It's real easy to just like scroll the whole life away. Like,
oh yeah, that is a thing.
You gotta really be.
They have timers for that, don't they?
Yeah. There's timers on your iPhone if you want to set it to like.
That's true.
Yeah, if you want to set it.
I do feel like the older generation be scrolling away. They got us.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Gone, baby.
It's really a thing that you have to be intentional about when you're using social media. And we said this on the last episode, not to scroll like mindlessly, because you will look up and have wasted an hour. And that's time you could have been putting into your business. And so I went into Notion at the beginning of this year and legitimately like planned out every single hour of my day. I have yet to do this, guys. But I did do the planning. And so when I get to the point where I'm ready to live out my like most boss bitch life, I have a rubric. I have a thing that I can refer to say, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh, yeah, you definitely.
You have to write it out, though, and I don't think people like to get that granular.
That's basically, you're like, you have to plan as you get older. You won't remember what you're coming.
You won't remember. You'll waste a day. Like
You just got a lot of shit on your mind as you get older, too. Like, I think also as I get older now, I laugh at how I used to kind of make fun of my mother when I was younger.
Oh, yeah, we
like
become
different
them.
stuff. You get older, you be like, I need a cigarette and I don't smoke.
Yes,
this is what I'm trying.
We become our parents. I remember my mama took some perfume back to Victoria's Secret because for some reason the chemicals in it broke down at the end of the bottle. Like it was like a fourth of the perfume.
What do you
left.
mean?
Like when you sprayed it on, it didn't smell like it sprayed. It smelled at the beginning. But my mama said that smell needs to last from the top of the bottle to the bottom. So she took that shit back. Baby, she didn't took back a sandwich. My mama will take back anything. And I used to be
How do you take back a sandwich?
Baby, she been into that sandwich. She said, this is not what I thought it was going to be, and hit the U-turn and took that shit back to the store.
I would love to be the employee that day.
She got a refund. Yeah.
The lady on the other side of the counter.
Yes, they going to refund my mama for anything. My mama has gotten refunds on the most absurd things, but
I mean, just think about that. How was your shift? Some lady came in with a half-bit sandwich. I'm not having it.
She really
She had a receipt, so I had to get her money back.
But the thing is, I am that person now. If I'm not satisfied, I will return any fucking thing. I don't care because the thing is, I'm not about to give a corporation my money. And you not giving me the products that I think I'm supposed to have. So I ate some chips. I went to Target and bought some chips and I opened them and I didn't like them and I took them back.
What they say?
They took them back.
Wow.
Yes. These businesses will take back anything, guys.
Somebody said you can return things at Trader Joe's. And I was like, I don't ever want to eat there again.
Everything. They're not going to put it back on the shelf.
They might. Trader Joe's is Trader Joe'ing. What do you think the name is?
Used bags of chips.
No shade. But Trader Joe's, you got to be careful.
I mean, I would hope that they're not like resealing the bags.
It's organic.
Either organic don't mean used, bitch. I would hope. But Lord. I think this is another like people pleasing thing where we just kind of don't like something that we've paid our money for and we accept it. Yeah. You just keep it as opposed to taking it back. But
just think about it. That's your mom and them.
They not taking shit
when
they don't
like. We were kids and we was young, we was like, wow, this person is crazy. She needs to calm down.
She ain't crazy. She has set a standard for what she wants her life to look like. And when the shit outside of her world don't meet the standard that she has invited into her world.
And this is why we all unemployed. We got to figure. No, it's just because a lot of us are tired of certain things too. Like, so we got to fix it though, guys.
We don't have to fix it. It's not on us to fix. There's nothing for us to fix. I want to be crystal clear about that. We can't fix the workforce. We can't. I've been applying. I've been applying for jobs, some kind of finding something kind of remote. And the amount of
I don't think they do that in LA, do they?
Remote work?
Somebody told me that they don't, or they don't have a lot or something like that.
Girl, there's plenty of remote jobs.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah. But it's hard to get them. Okay. But they out there. Okay. But I've been applying and the amount of experience that they want to pay you $18 an hour.
I've been seeing that.
This is not a system that we need to fix. The system is broken from the top.
What happened? Why is that? Like I've been seeing like you looking for surgeons, 18 an hour.
Yeah.
Like, bro, well, I'm never getting surgery again.
Like it's just really kind of wild to me because I feel like you're not really there's this culture of not valuing the amount of work that it takes to get to a certain level in life. And you're asking people to go to school for 5 years, 7 years, however long it takes to get like higher level degrees. And then you're coming out and you're not even paying us enough to pay back the student loans we took out.
No.
To be able to like get these degrees.
I mean, like, I think it's just what's in demand. Like, I think I've been tapping in, you know, I'll be all on it on TikTok, but I've been tapping in. So the girlies are saying the medical field is where the shift is.
Who getting a medical degree right now? I'm 39.
I don't, like CNAs or.
I'm not doing no more school.
I don't really think that's fun though.
I've
never seen a nurse video that says she was having a great time.
They're not having a good time. And they also have to deal with the doctors who are notoriously like.
I'm too old.
Yeah.
For somebody talking to me, wow.
Right. Doctor or patient.
I'm gonna throw that in there. When you get a certain age,
yes,
somebody get loose with the lip.
And I'm gonna have to leave you in here to deal with whatever you got going on because I can't deal with this. And so, yes,
I can't do that. Like, I had a little sitch, And I'm getting good. I'm getting really good, like with my corporate curse out, I call it. It's so
a
clean.
per my last email type situation.
Exactly. Yeah. It's professional. You know, you getting chopped up a little bit. You could feel the heat, but it's professional.
Yeah.
You know, you're not gonna call me about it. You're gonna just be like, touche. And then hit me with what you got
later.
Definitely
was can we have a private conversation just to check in your office?
I can't even. I've reached the age, y'all, where I'm not even about private conversations.
Oh,
because
no, I
feel
do
like
a private
I can't do it.
Yeah, I'll do a private. And I'll do an email and I'll CC some people on the email. And per our conversation where you dictate back in the email everything that was said in the conversation, just want to make sure we're clear about the things that were talked about. And then
I'll pull out receipts.
You like itemize everything that was talked about, because it's just great if you work in a corporate culture to have a paper trail of things.
Oh, yeah. That's in life. Just you need that in life.
You do. Yeah.
Because you need a paper trail on your...
Not on your man.
You need a paper trail on more than your job outside nowadays. You gotta have a whole
paper trail on a man. We're gonna have to give him everybody. Heave ho. It ain't no way.
Everybody. You gotta have it on. You gotta have a list, like gotta know what's popping outside nowadays.
No.
It's litty.
It's a lot.
It's litty. Especially now too, like, you know, it's even more lit because I feel like now the younger generation, they have like better jobs than I feel like all of us went to college. They'd be like, I didn't even go to college, and they're making like 6 figures. They're like making all this money, and then like all these older people are like, they can't figure it out. They barely know how to use phones. They just getting TikTok.
Well, a lot of the younger culture started on fucking YouTube when they were 14 years old, right? Like these are the original influencers, like, and not the original influencers, but these are people who caught on to the trend of what would be lucrative very early. And so they're not going through the same like rat race that we went through, where we're they just tapped into being themselves online and it worked for them. And so I know a lot of other ones are like, oh, okay, I'm not about to major in education or the things that.
Which is smart, I think.
Yeah, because the thing is, they don't value teachers in this culture. They don't value people who are like keeping the world, service workers, like people who are keeping the world running, hospitality. These are not places where you're going to get the type of money that you deserve. Because let's be clear, having to deal with the public, having to deal with other people's children, these are things that you should be paid 6 figures for out of the gate. Like you should. True. They don't pay you like that. And so the kids have kind of like caught on to the, I saw how my mom and dad worked, and I never want to have to work that hard for that little of a like paycheck. And they're saying, okay, let me make sure I'm majoring in computer sciences or engineering or getting my like medical degree or becoming a lawyer, because out of the gate you're making a much different salary than people who are doing like social cause work or like what is the other thing I said? The people who are working in the service industry. So I think they just caught on a lot earlier. Yeah. And we didn't catch on.
We got told you can be whatever you want to be, baby. And
if
I
you
was
work
like,
really hard. They didn't tell us about the part where you would burn out to the point where your brain was like, bitch, if you don't fucking do something different, we're gonna take a long nap.
But I think things changed a lot over time. Like what was a great job 2-3 years ago might not be that great job now.
Yeah.
Like I think it changes. I think when I was like leaving college, I don't know. I think medical was always the number one. But I feel like in the last few years, a lot of people got into tech and engineering and like, so.
Yeah.
But that's not doing great. Aren't they all being laid off?
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows what?
I don't know.
What you're supposed to be doing. This is why it pays to just do whatever the fuck you want to do and figure out how to monetize it. That's literally what I'm on, is like making sure that I'm living into the things that actually bring me joy, as opposed to reporting to a job every day that makes me want to fucking scream at the top of my lungs. Y'all ever got in the car, had one of those days where everything just went a completely different way than the direction you thought it was going to go? And
that's my entire life.
Yeah. What? And you got to get in the car and scream because you feel so much fucking rage for how left your life seems to be going, or this particular moment in your life, rather. And the only thing that you can do with the fiery rage that you feel in your body is to scream. Have you ever done that?
No.
Oh, it feels so good. If you have never gotten in your car and screamed at the top of your lungs, I am a crier too. But screaming at the top of your lungs, me and my bestie did it when she came to LA. We went to the ocean.
Y'all cried together?
No, we
held
like, hands and like screamed at the top of our lungs at the ocean. It was amazing.
Not at the top of the ocean.
At the top of our lungs. We like,
what is going on?
We both have just been through so much over the last like 6 months.
Did y'all plan this?
No, but we
this
got
is a
there
beautiful
and was
moment.
like,
how do you link up with your best friend and scream at the ocean?
Yeah, like we.
Oh my God. I'm not living my life.
I mean, yeah. If you and your bestie not doing like ceremonial shit when y'all get to certain places, like, yes.
Ceremonial?
Yes,
what?
because I think the release that you, first of all, when you go to the ocean.
People really get into that. People really get into that. Like, are you one of the eclipse people trying to put the... Okay.
Yes.
But what happened, though?
I'm a earth sign people, so I'm very woo-woo. My best friend is an earth sign. We're very like...
I think it's bananas y'all met at the ocean and screamed.
We didn't meet at the ocean, bitch. I picked her up from the airport. What is happening?
You know what's funny? Because it's like the way my mind sees it. It's just like, y'all just holding hands and just screaming it.
We did. We literally...
And then like fire comes out of it. I'm like, what is this, the craft?
Let me paint the picture, because I actually think more people should do this. I think you would feel a lot better about things if you let it out. So we we have, I think,
at the ocean,
culturally, wherever you want to let it out, in the car, at the ocean, wherever. True. But the reason we did it at the ocean is because the ocean is the abyss, as far as I'm concerned. Like, obviously space is the abyss, but the ocean is, there's just a million different things happening in the ocean that we have no idea about.
That's what y'all was thinking when y'all was...
That's what I think when I go to the ocean.
That's deep.
It's very, like, it puts...
I don't want to know what's down there at all.
Exactly. But it puts into perspective that we're small, and that the things that we've been going through, as big as they feel, we're just like a tiny little atom on a major, like, massive planet.
And that, you guys, is how it all begins with anxiety.
Well, no, but I think when you
I
put
just
it
freaked
into...
out from like, we're small.
We are, though. And when you go to the ocean, you put it into perspective of like, okay, like, my problems are not as enormous as they always feel, and the screaming part is just a release. People be scared to release. People are so worried about what other people are going to think, what other people are going to feel, how they're going to judge you. But the motherfuckers that you see out on the street, they be kind of high, but they be just dancing, living their life. They doing all right because they not worried about. They are because they not giving a fuck what you think about them.
True, I get them that.
Yes, they don't give a fuck what you think about them.
Because they have nothing to lose.
They don't. But I think the thing is, what people are missing is,
I mean, if I was out there that long, I'd be dancing.
They be kind of, they be my
This is ridiculous.
But I think what people are missing about screaming at the ocean is that it allows you to release the pent up just frustration and anxiety that you've held on to for all this time.
Now, does it make a difference if you scream at a creek or...
I hate her.
Or a lake. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I just feel like, well, what if they don't have the ocean?
If you don't, just go scream outside.
Oh, okay.
The point is just to scream.
But don't get in trouble, because the police could get called.
Yeah, I mean, don't get a fucking noise disturbance. And people did look at us, but we didn't give a fuck. Because we out here living our life. It's not your business why we screaming. Mind your fucking business.
It's so funny to me.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, it's so funny to you because it makes you a little uncomfortable, right?
Maybe.
You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because I feel like I would. No, well.
You might be self-conscious about.
I don't know if I think I'm just silly. So if I just start screaming at the ocean, I'd start laughing at me because I'm like, you're screaming.
But think about the angriest you've ever been, and you can't really go out and like beat nobody ass, right? Like, we passed the point where we can physically assault people. We're not going to do that. But what you can do is use your voice to communicate how you feel. And sometimes there are not enough words to communicate every raw emotion that you're experiencing. Sometimes you just need to scream.
I'll be going to the gym.
I do too. And sometimes you just need to scream.
I mean, but I don't know. That just seems crazy to me. Like, you know.
I think it's crazy to you because you haven't done it. I think for people
and I mean, at the ocean.
Yeah, I think for people who are a little like, oh, I don't know about that. It makes you uncomfortable. You need to examine what about somebody releasing their emotions in a loud way makes you uncomfortable. Because
me? Like if I'm
talking about people who are listening. Like if you heard me say I screamed at the ocean, I want you to examine what about someone else screaming at the ocean, or what about you screaming at the ocean makes you uncomfortable, because nothing's going to happen.
No, I feel like if I saw, like if I was at the beach or whatever and I saw y'all scream at the ocean and I was like just there, I probably would have laughed.
Yeah, I'm sure people were cracking up. I'm sure
Not
people
saying
were
that's a bad
so
thing,
intrigued.
but my mind would have been like, "This is
what
LA.
Are they doing exactly?"
No, I would have been like, "They're probably doing something great. Like this is LA. They brought their crystals. They're changing
we
things.
We have no
tonight.
Crystals, but we could have.
Like somebody's. I don't know. I would have just thought of something silly like that. But that's
Yeah.
In other words, my mind thinks in a way that's just too silly sometimes. I guess.
Yeah, but
maybe it's I don't know.
I think it is important to make sure that you're honoring whatever space you're in and however your body needs to get it out. And so, a lot of times you in the moment don't have the time to process the moment or the emotions. But if you're going through a very rough period, where you just have had one thing after another pile up and pile up and pile up, and you have not been able to get that cry out and you ain't been able to release, there's two things you could do. You can fucking scream and you can dance. And those are things that are going to help you. Dancing specifically helps you release your emotions. I don't think people know this. It's like a form of somatic release. Yeah. It actually helps you. And you'll find if you dance, you might cry afterwards because it helps you.
This is crazy. Like, well, if you're down, yeah.
If I
cry, I'd be crying. I'd be dramatic.
I don't even think it's dramatic.
I don't know if I've had any like screaming days or like I have screaming days. I'm just gonna slide down the wall. That's me. I'm next level. Yeah.
But I also will slide down the wall. I don't think it's nothing wrong with how you express the frustration that you feel. What I'm saying is, however you decide to express it, you need to be comfortable in that so that you can continue to get it out. Because what happens is when you're 100%. Constantly wearing your frustration, your anxiety, your depression, it not only ages you physically, you'll look up and baby, the wrinkles will just be everywhere.
Yeah, you ever see how you look when you just start dating somebody, how happy you be looking? You be like, why am I this fine? Because you real happy. You gotta be happy. You gotta find out that.
Yes, and if that person is like a soul sucker,
that glow up.
The glow is going to slowly dissipate. Like, so you really
pay
have
attention
to be
to your skin when it's time to leave.
Yeah,
yes. Like glow dimming.
Like, I think you just have to be aware of what your body is feeling and what it needs.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what that's pretty much what I'm saying. I am forcing myself to be on a schedule to go out and mingle more. Because I feel like I'm at an age now where I'm gonna go lay down. Yeah, so like to switch gears, what I was saying was like it's acceptance. Like as you get older, you start accepting things for what they are or what you can do. Like for me, I know a lot. For me, is like now I don't try to push myself too much.
Yeah,
I know now I'm at a level where this is all you can do at this time.
Yeah,
like so I don't try to like overwork myself or be hard on myself if I'm not at a certain level with comedy or whatever. I try to like be like, this is where you are right now, and
it's okay.
Keep working on. Like I'm pretty good at that with myself. But
and I think we also, because when you're in your 20s, I feel like you're constantly searching for answers, and you're just kind of. You're in a space where you're trying to figure everything out and figure out how you fit in, and trying to like do everything and be everybody and show up as much as you can, as often as you can. And as you get older, you understand that you're always going to search for answers, but there are none. Like you can't figure everything out the way that you thought you could in your 20s, and you're okay with that.
That's like
that's the acceptance. It's and your self-esteem is kind of like growing into a person who is okay with not having all the answers all the time,
being sure of yourself.
I
think that for me anyway, I feel like that is when I really started to solidly feel very comfortable in my set, and very comfortable with the way I dress and who I am as a woman, all of that. Like it's just being comfortable with yourself, like being self-acceptance of, so now you're not like trying to fit the narrative or be whatever you think the men think women should look like, or you should have friends like this. When you get to that level, you're like, okay, take it or leave it. God damn it.
For real though. And it really does become a point where you're so comfortable, cozy in the skin you're in that you don't really give a fuck how you come off to people. Like, obviously you're not coming at people crazy, but you are who you are, and you can like who I am, and that'll be great. Right. And if you don't, well, I'm not for you, and that's also great. That's fine.
I mean, I feel like that. I feel like a lot of times, like I used to think when I would lose a friendship or a breakup or something, I'd be like, I gotta fix me. I gotta figure out what I did or whatever. Now I feel like, no, you've already done the work. Now I'm like, this is it. Yeah. So if this person did that and this is what you see, it, like I don't. Yeah. I try to learn something from every situation.
Yes.
But,
something also that comes with age. Is you definitely start to be more of like reflective of how you could have shown up differently, as opposed to feeling like every failed whatever, whether it's a job or a relationship, and a lot of times it'd be other people's fault, but you still go into a place of reflection of trying to figure out how could I have like changed the way that I interacted with this so that I could have gotten a better outcome for myself.
Right. That one that's key.
Yeah.
That's key.
Because sometimes it just means you could have left earlier. Like it doesn't
I think about that a lot with like different jobs or scenarios I was in the past, like in my like younger years, where you're like, you didn't even need to say anything. Or you didn't even need to like for example, like sometimes I'll have like an issue or something at work, and like I'll tell my mom or a friend or somebody, and they're like, you need to go and say, I'm like, I've been through so many scenarios or situations like these.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I know how to handle this. It's called come in here, do this, and exit stage left. Like now I'm at an age where I'm like, I don't necessarily think I have to always defend myself and everything.
You
I
let
pick
people
and choose.
think what they want.
Yeah. Like I pick and choose.
Baby, the growth, the freedom in letting people think what they want, in just not caring how somebody perceives you, especially when you know that the way somebody perceives you is not the way you intended for them to perceive you, but also like it was never what I gave. That was what you decided to take from that. It's a freedom in that.
Yeah.
Because it allows you to just absolve yourself from the responsibility of trying to make people feel a certain way about you.
The people pleasing part.
Yes. You cannot control how other people feel about you.
I'm not gonna be rude. I mean, you at some point in your life, you kind of gotta people please a little bit.
Of course. Yeah.
Like there's some parts of you that have to, but like you don't voluntarily do it anymore. Yeah. I guess that's the proper way. Because I feel like I have to people please at work.
Yeah.
You know, or in like stuff like, you gotta kind of be like, all right, yay. Even though you're like, fuck. Like, so, you know, but I don't think I voluntarily do it anymore. No. Like, I think there was a part of I'm still learning that. I don't think there was a part of me that was completely people pleasing as much with people than it would be in relationships. But I had to learn verbalize, like better ways to talk. Yeah. I had to learn, like my mother used to tell me even when I was a kid, she was like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so like, that was something I was like always needing to learn. So for me in workplaces, when I think about myself in my youth, I would be turned. Yeah. Like as I got older, I was like, yes, you were fired. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, ma'am. Like, and you said that how y'all gonna fire? Yes. Yes. I'm firing you. Like, yes. So yeah, I've learned from things where I think about how I approach certain things then. Yeah. I would never approach them that way now. And now I'm in an age where it's like, is it worth it? 5 minutes after this, I won't even care.
I won't even think about it. I
won't even care.
Yeah.
So
yeah, my mom definitely used to tell me you have a razor tongue. Because I would talk to people.
Turn.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We also from St. Louis and Chicago.
It's a very straightforward.
We just are straight shooters. We're not going to beat around the bush for you. Yeah. Like, this is how I feel. You have pissed me off. And the thing is, me and my sister still talk to each other crazy. If you ever heard a conversation I would have with my sister, people would be like, do you motherfuckers like each other? Love each other. I'm crazy about her.
Oh, just the way y'all.
That's the way we interact, though. Like, you gonna hear, bitch, you get on my nerves. I gotta go. That's just how we talk to each other.
That was a thing in the Midwest, yeah.
Yes. I think we're just very, like, we're not going to sugarcoat or try to mince words. It's very direct. You. It's very direct.
And I didn't realize that until I got to LA, really.
I thought that everybody just said how they felt. You got to be a little...
Yeah, no, it's not like that.
Got to do a little oil sheen on it and make it prettier. Yeah. Glossier. It's got to be glossy. Yeah.
It's got to have lies on it. It's got to you got to have a little phony on top.
You got to put a little picture. Yeah.
But I had to learn that the hard way. In other words, I've learned as I've gotten older, like now also knowing myself, I do not do like altercations like that. Like if somebody's trying to go back and forth with me, I'm like, I know me. There's no way you're going to say that and I'm going to say something and then we're going to say things. It's like, you're going to throw rocks, I'm going to throw bricks. It's going to get weird. So let me just be like,
the police are going to be called because you're going to be fucking annihilated.
When you know who you are too, you're like, this isn't even worth it. This isn't even worth it.
Yeah. So it definitely gets you to a place where you're just a lot more comfortable to like walk away than to have a big blow up about some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's when anything as you get older, it's like jobs, relationships.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the part that I'm trying to give to some of my friends that are like not motivated now because they're like, we've seen it. We've seen how the side jobs go. We see how the job goes. We see how men do. You know, like finding that after like everything you learn, like you don't want to be tainted in life.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like as I get older, I do feel like things get less and less. Like your birthday. Like when you be younger, you be like, it's about that life.
It's a birthday week, a birthday month.
It's a
baby.
Yeah.
My birthday rolled around last year and I was like, oh, I got to do this again.
I want to go to sleep. I wasn't like that. I was like, my birthday lit. It's going to be fun, but.
I didn't do nothing. I think I was also just severely depressed. But
okay. That'll do it. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I definitely did not have the bandwidth to like turn up for my birthday.
Yeah. That means you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to give yourself another birthday now.
Yeah. I know. I need to do a half birthday.
Yeah. You should do something for that.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we are, as you come of age and as you like go through more in life, you kind of strip yourself back to like the necessities and everything else just kind of falls away because it's too much to carry. It's too much.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, it's too much to carry for me to.
You think that just comes with like as you get older, you're just like, all right, I got to put something down.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does for everybody, but I think for sure it does for me.
I don't think it does for everybody.
Yeah.
I think for me over time learning about myself, that's been like a space, but I have some friends that literally, you know, have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
And they like don't know which way to literally go sometimes because they're like, I don't go out how I used to. I don't do this like I used to. I don't have it. I don't be, you know, I got this all day. You just start changing. And then like, I'm always trying to find ways to motivate them because they live in two different worlds than me too. You're like, get into the gym or join this group or
I really don't
accountability
know.
partners, like I was saying.
I don't know how people with kids do it. I don't know that I have a way to motivate them, to be quite honest. I'm not even gonna hold you because I just think the work that people who are parents have to do, it's insane. Yeah. And I'm coming from a place of childless privilege. Like, right, I can't tell you just wake up at 4 because you're probably...
I take it out to my mom, man.
Yeah, like... Now that I'm like... Now that you out in the world...
Well, they had kids already.
They did.
They had kids our age already.
At my age, my mom had 4. Can you imagine
running around L.A. with
4 kids.
Baby, I'm crying again with my baby. Again, because I'm a whiner.
Yes. At my age, my mom had 4 kids and I wouldn't have had the energy either. And so you do hear these stories about people who just kind of like one day they woke up and they had, I think you said a butterfly moment where something major happened and it just clicked inside of them. And they were like, okay, I'm about to put in this all I got is this hour in the morning. With no kids, I'm about to put this hour towards something that is going to change my life. And over the course of like a year, you see their life blossom into something completely different. But I don't know where they finding the energy. And as a person with no kids, I can't tell you to wake up earlier or find a time in your day where you can do X, Y, Z. Because I don't know what it's like to work 40 hours a week and come home and have a child.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you did have a great point. You said making a schedule. Yes. You said that earlier. And I think that's a great point. I think you have to. As you get older, you have to put yourself in a schedule. Unfortunately, we weren't on schedules in our 20s because we just didn't care.
We didn't. But we also had like some semblance of like a normal job, or we felt like we're working to something. Like we had a hustle about us in our 20s that we don't have now. We still have a hustle, but we fitting in how we can like also take care of ourselves.
Yeah, I think I was more focused on having fun though. I definitely was paying my bills and I was focused and I definitely had goals. I mean, same person that I am now, but I was more concerned about what I was going to wear to what I was doing at the time. Whereas that's not a thing to me now.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I'm way more responsible. Like to me now on my birthday, it would be cooler to have something paid off. You know what I'm that's that mentality,
this
baby.
Bag is nice, but this was $5,000. You know what I can do with $5,000?
Pay off something, you know?
Yes.
That's where I'm at with it. But
that's the real tea. Yeah. You definitely getting your real grown-up bag of like, oh, I don't want to spend this money on clothes. I need a new refrigerator.
Or something like that. But you irresponsible. You become a responsible person. Yeah. But I do think birthdays are important. You should have did something cute. You should have still did something cute.
And I mean, it's coming up again. I'll do it this year. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean, you can get older and want to go to bed early. Turn up in the morning or something, you know? Have a brunch event. I don't know.
I'm gonna do. It's coming up in September. I'll make sure I have something spectacular planned. But I don't know. Sometimes you just don't be into it. And
This is me. This is what I was trying to bring up. I was like, this is me now. I'm a very like motivated person, and I'm seeing how fast everything's going with social media. For example, we were all saying the other day, like, you kind of have to be very present on social media now to where you pop off. Like, it's not even about TV opportunities will be there, but if you want to be Drewski or Marco or any of those people that are doing very, very great for themselves, you got to be online. So I was like, how do I find the time with that and try to make sure I got an income and make sure I'm doing X, Y? Because you have a lot of other things on your plate as you get older. So I've been trying to put myself on a schedule. That's why I was like, you made a point. Because I was like doing 3 videos a day. I did 3 this morning how this is, before 10.
How? I don't know how to do this.
I'm trying to push myself.
How are you? Like, what do the videos even be on? Like, what? How? Look, literally, no, I'm literally asking her how because I feel like this is information for all of us. How did you do this? Like, tell me. Okay.
So this is for a different page that I have, like, because I have a few different, I have a beauty page also on TikTok. So I do like different skincare products where I can put the product at the bottom and people can actually purchase it from the page.
Okay.
So I do different skincare videos. Like, so they're very simple. They're 15 seconds, but I'll do one clip doing this, one clip doing this, one clip doing this, and I just draft them all.
And is it like one? So say for instance, you're doing 3 separate videos. Are you recording it all at once and then just blocking it out? Oh, okay.
I do the first half. I'll give myself 3 seconds to have this look. Boom, it's clicked.
Okay.
Open it up again at the bottom. I don't know if people know how to do that. It's if you go to TikTok and like the editing side. Click on where you're supposed to do the countdown to start the video. When you go to the bottom, there's an option where you can slide how much time you want. So you can shoot yourself one way in this link, stop, watch it, you like it, great. Go back, do it again, shoot yourself another way, and you're editing as you're shooting.
Oh, this is fantastic.
So as you're shooting, you're editing. And then so that's already a video.
She gave y'all
now,
some tea.
You watch the whole thing, great, it's awesome. If you want to go and fix a little stuff, you can do that. Boom, add your music, add your captions. Throw it in the drafts. Shoot another one. Do the same thing. Shoot it in a draft. So now you got stuff in your drafts to fire all day. I'm here right now. When I leave here, I don't have to shoot the video. I'm just going to get in the car and post the video. We're good for the midday post now. I've done a morning, mid post. So now I'm waiting, chilling. Tonight, when I'm on my couch watching TV, boom, 9 o'clock, I'm done.
Baby, look, I am just blown away. This is so amazing.
But what I was saying, that's what I'm trying to find. At a certain age, you're like, to keep up with what's going on outside.
Yeah.
And to be on a Drewski or any kind of level like that, they're posting all day.
And they actually doing like
they're never stopping.
They doing live action, like they
that
legit
too. You also
they
should be going
shit
live
up and like doing skits and writing scripts, and it's a whole situation for them.
But to be great, even for our pod, even for us, you know, like busy as we are in our own personal lives, and me having my other things to do, we have to find time to promote this, and like that's what I'm saying. Like, where do you find it as you get older to be able to keep up with what's going on? Because we have to fund this ourselves.
We do,
on top of editing this and posting this on all the platforms.
Yes.
Somebody tired someday. So how do we find time to like
writing catchy captions and like the headline at the top so people will actually watch it? You're right. It's
you know what I'm saying? So I try to push myself to put on a schedule and figure out how to find time, because I just noticed a lot of my close friends, that is their complaint right now. They're like, bro, I feel burned out. Like I don't even want to go to the gym, you know, either depression or they're just tired from work. And people are trying to figure out other ways to start businesses or work for themselves, but they're just burned out.
Yeah.
So like you saying the schedule, I think that's what's working for me. I told myself every morning I have to shoot at least 2.
Okay.
Save them in the drafts, have my full day.
I'm going to try this week.
That's a super perk. That's like a tea I just gave, Jimmy, I just gave y'all. Like, a lot of people don't know about that. It's like if you go to the timer thing, and you go to the bottom, you can move. You can move it however you want to. Okay. So you just film yourself doing that, holding the plate. Okay, you got that part. Boom. Next one, holding the cup. Boom. Next one.
And so
drinking.
This actually makes
so
sense.
easy.
It makes sense because you constantly see people, they'll make a whole recipe and they'll just have like a conversation. And every sentence that they say is in a new part of the video. So if I gotta make a crust, the first sentence I'm saying is like me putting out the flour. The second time I talk, I'm like cracking the egg in the flour. And obviously I'm vegan, I'm not doing an egg. But you get the point. Every single step of their recipe comes with a new sentence, which means they're probably, okay, I'm just having like an aha moment right now. Thank you.
That's what they're doing.
You see what you're getting?
That's why people love. Yeah, that's why people love TikTok because they have all the tools within the.
And also, I feel like they push it more when you edit it within the app anyway.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's better. It's faster, but
okay.
That's what I like do, and I kind of just a lot. That's why people like, oh, how do you have like in a day? You just draft them.
Yeah.
So then, boom, 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 boom.
This is something I definitely need to work on, and something that I will implement this week. I
mean,
what can we give them? Because we actually running out of time. What can we give them? Yeah.
I mean, I feel
was
like
a quick episode. Yeah.
I don't know. Some of it.
We got a little off topic. It got a little wavy in there. It's okay.
It got. I don't know.
I said scream at the ocean, and Fatimah was like, "Wait, hold on. What the fuck are you talking about?"
But this episode, I want everybody to just give yourself some grace because I feel like there's a lot of stress outside right now. Give yourself some grace and give yourself some time and create a schedule.
Yes,
that will work best for you.
Create a schedule and
that's all I got.
Be comfortable setting your boundaries. Like, be comfortable saying, like, this is something that I'm not necessarily gonna do. And
don't go to the ocean.
All right. Go to the ocean and scream out loud if you need to.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
All right, bye.